This is a setup video for the VIOFO A119S Dashcam. We're going to do this in the workshop using a tablet power adapter, 5V 2A. When your dashcam is powered on, press the record button to turn off recording. That will activate the alarm. Now to enter the settings, press the menu button. To change the resolution, press the center OK button. And you have your choice of 1080p or 720p. If you have a small micro SD card, 720p at 30 frames a second would give you a lot of hours of recording. If you have a larger capacity card, use 30 or 60 frames. I like 30 because the file size is smaller. Loop recording 3 minutes is the default. If you're going on a long extended trip on the highway, 5 minutes will cut down the number of clips recorded to your micro SD card and extend its overall life. Exposure, if you're driving at night mostly and you want to brighten the image, +1/3 or +2/3 might be a good setting. If it's a very bright day, you're driving directly into the sun and the sky's washed out, you might want to drop it down 1/3. I'm leaving mine at 0. Wide dynamic range setting is supposed to improve detail. I have not found this setting useful day or night, so I'm leaving it off. Timelapse recording is a very creative way of recording a long trip, multi-hour, with time-lapse effect. Very useful setting if you want to be creative with your video. Not many dash cams have that. Motion detection. This is when you have your dash cam hooked up with a hardwire kit to your fuse box to supply power when the ignition is off. You would turn it on here. If you have the GPS module, you would turn this setting on. Keep in mind, if you do have the module and you turn this off, it still records your coordinates and speed on the MP4 file. Set your speed unit here. G-sensor, this would be useful also with parking mode. If you were setting your dash cam to protect your vehicle at night for 8 hours, setting this high sensitivity here would ensure that anything recorded that bumped your vehicle, this setting would lock that file so it wouldn't be overwritten. That would be about the only time you would set it for high sensitivity. I don't use that feature, so I have it off. The lane departure warning system would be useful on a highway only if the roadway is obvious to the camera that it is a lane. In other words, if you were on a gravel road, this feature is useless. I would also think this is useless in city driving. Forward collision warning system would also be only useful on a highway. It would be set off too often in the city driving. I'm just leaving this off. This is where you control the date stamp if you want it at the bottom of your videos. The GPS stamp, I don't want this information displayed, but you can set it here. The camera model stamp, most people wouldn't have this activated. I'm only using it while I do my demonstration videos. If you want the interior audio of your vehicle recorded, you can control it through the settings. Keep in mind you have a mic button at the bottom of your dash cam that you can toggle this setting anytime without entering the menu. Screensaver, I have it set for 3 minutes for this demonstration video. Most people will have it at 15 seconds or 30 seconds, which would blank out the LCD display once you turn on your ignition. The LED setting is to control the red LED under the record button. If you find it distracting at night, you can turn it off here. Most dash cams don't have this ability. Set your date and time. You would have to do this the first time you use your dash cam, but also after 2 weeks of no use. The real-time clock battery inside your dash cam will have depleted its charge and you would lose the time. So this is where you would set it along with all your other settings. Just go through. Always set your time zone after you changed your time, or if there's a daylight savings time change in your region, you would have to alter it here. Set your language. The beep sounds I have turned off except for the startup sound. I want to ensure that the dash cam is getting power when I first turn on the ignition. Frequency 60 Hz is for North America, 50 is for Europe. Image rotation would be used if you're positioning your dash cam upside down, say in a rear window or side window. Always format new SD cards with this function. I would also recommend every 2 months formatting your micro SD card just to ensure proper recording. The format warning system here, I would absolutely not use this. This is a hindrance more of a useful feature. For that one day that you're in a hurry and you want to drive away, if this timer activated, you would have to stop everything and format your micro SD card. Default settings, if you want to reset everything we've just done back to defaults, you can do it here. Also, this is required anytime you do a firmware upgrade, you always default the settings. Card number is for custom text you can apply to the bottom right hand side of all video. I've put my YouTube channel name. The way you enter the digits, you use the bottom buttons to cycle through the alphabet. There's also numeric keys and symbols you can add. Once you've set one, press the menu button to advance to the next character position all the way across till you filled all 11, and then press the center OK button to save. This is same for the custom text stamp. That appears at the bottom left hand side of all video. It's also 11 characters wide. Firmware version, I'm using the older 1.01 only because I don't like the version 2's over sharpened and higher contrast settings that add a halo around thin objects, texts, trees, power lines. I find that of not good enough quality for my recordings, so I've downgraded to this version of firmware. Once you're finished changing your settings, press the menu button to exit. It'll take you back to the main live view. Stop your recording so you can review your clips by pressing the center OK button. This will get you into your playlist. You can see here I have 99 clips recorded. To delete some, we'll move to select a clip. A trash can symbol appears indicating the bottom row of keys match the symbols under the video. Trash can, for selecting, you press the OK button to delete the confirmation, and repeat this sequence to delete as many as you want. Once you've worked through your playlist, you can go back with the menu button and then go back to the first clip. And you can see here I have 94 clips. I'm going to play the first one. select with the OK button and the center OK button to play. Keep in mind the speaker in the dashcam is extremely poor quality, but this gives you a way to see and hear your video clips inside the vehicle. To exit out, press your menu button 3 times to get you back to the live view. Thank you for watching. Check my other videos detailing the GPS module modification, the tips video, my footage,